So we are to evaluate this question. So we have this. This is what a definite integral. So we have the interval 0 to pi. So first of all, we have to integrate this. Then after that, we substitute our interval. So let's start with our solution. So let's start with our solution. Okay. So let's write our question again. So we have this. Okay. Pi and then 0 here, then 4 sine nx dx. So before that, this 4 is what is constant, so we can bring the 4 out. So we can write our 4 out, and then we have this, then sine nx dx. Good. So let's integrate the sine nx. Now this is what integration of what trig function, trigonometry. This is what trig function. So let's see how we integrate the sine function. So if you have this, if you are to integrate this sine x dx, I know we are getting what? Negative cos x. The same thing if you have this sine 2x dx, we are getting negative half cos x. So let's see this. So looking at this example, you see that we have 2x here. So the 2 is constant. Now, if you come back to the question, you could see that the n represent what? The 2. So how we integrated this is how we are going to do it. Now this example, I should have added my c because this is indefinite integral because I don't have any value here. But for this one, because we have these values here, it becomes what? A definite integral. So we would not add the c, which is the constant. So let's apply the same rule here. So we are going to have 4 out. Then, so if we integrate sine nx, we are going to get 1 on n. So because it will be negative, so let me bring negative, because when you integrate sine, you are getting what? Negative cos. So we get cos. And mind you, even here, the thing was what? 2x. So here is supposed to be 2x, not just x. So let's do this correction, because what we do is you what? Differentiate what is inside and then divide it by the whole function. That is what we have done here. You only what? Differentiate what is inside. So when you differentiate this, you are getting what? 2. So you divide the whole function by what? 2. But we know that when you integrate sine, we are getting negative what? Cos. So the cos will take the same what? Value here, but we have to divide it by 2. So that is what we are doing here. So if we integrate it, because the n you see here is constant, so when you integrate it, you will get what? Constant. Have you gotten that? So we divide it by the constant, then we will have the same value there. Good. Then we can bring our values here like this. Good. So let's see how we can do this one. So it means that we are going to substitute the whole of this 0 and pi, but we'll begin with pi because it starts from 0 to what? Pi. So we can write here as 4 out. Then we have this. So negative 1 on n cos, then my pi will, wherever I see x, I'll put pi there. So I'll write here as my n pi. Have you gotten that? Good. So I have this minus negative 1 on n cos, then because I'm putting 0 here, so when I put 0 here, the whole of this will be what? 0. So it means it will be what? Cos 0. Good. So we can have this here. So let's still put the 4 out. Good. So this one, because the part is here now, we are working with, so when you, if you want to use the calculator, I would advise you put your calculator in radiant. So this one will work in radiant. So if you are working in radiant, then cos pi will give us what? Negative 1. If you have your calculator, you can type it and see if you get the same thing. So cos pi will give you what? Negative 1. Good. So the n will take the exponent part. So here we are getting negative. So here is negative. Then we have negative 1 exponent what? N. Because when you take cos pi, you are getting negative 1. And because we have n here, so the n will take the exponent. Good. Divided by our n. Now, when you take cos 0, we know that cos 0 is giving us what? 1. You can also take your calculator, but make sure your calculator is in radiant. Yes, then you get what? 1. So if you take cos 0, you are getting what? 1. So 1 times 1 will give us 1. But remember, there is a negative sign here. So here we are getting plus what? 1, all divided by n. Good. So we have 4 out. We can open a bracket like this. So we can get negative 4 dot negative 1 exponent n all divided by n plus 4 all divided by n. So we can rewrite the whole as 4 out on n. Then we will have 1 minus negative 1 exponent n. Good. So this becomes our answer. Good. So when you are asked to integrate a question like this is how you can go through. Thank you.